everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And yes, it's book outlet haul time. So I mean, at least this isn't one of like the super huge boxes that I've gotten before. This one is like slightly more contained. So I'm just gonna, yeah. I was gonna wait to open this until I could do like a monthly haul thing because I don't think I'm gonna actually be getting that many books this month. But it's the beginning of the month, and I cannot just let books sit in a box for the entire month. So here we go. So the first book is one of the reasons that I placed this order, and that is the Enchanted, and this is by Renee Denfeld. This is a book that I saw Reagan talk about on her channel and made me really want to read it. It just sounds really intriguing. It's about a woman who is brought into a prison to kind of figure out and interview men who are on death row. And it just sounds very dark, but I've heard really amazing things about this book, that it has beautiful writing. Erin Morgenstern, who wrote The Night Circus, is blurbed on this, so I mean, that right there will sell me on a book because, come on, The Night Circus. But this book just sounds really heavy and beautiful, so I'm pretty excited to get to this one. The next book I got is kind of a weird impulse buy for me, and that is Half Bad by Sally Green. This book is kind of partly a cover buy because I really like this cover and it's very hard to hold without blinding you guys. I've heard very mixed things about this book. I know it has to do with witchcraft. I don't really know much going into it, and I'm gonna keep it that way. The sequel just came out, and I believe the third and possibly the final one, because everything is a trilogy nowadays, is coming out soonish, so I kind of want to try this. I've heard some really good stuff from some people and some not so good stuff from other people, so I'm kind of excited to see what my opinion is about this series. The next book I picked up is Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. I've already read this, and I had a really hard time buying these books, mainly because I have the original covers for the first two, and then they did this crazy cover change that I don't really like, so I kind of held off buying it. But when I saw it on there for really cheap, I was like, oh, I'll get it so I can reread it. Because Stephanie Perkins books are kind of pick-me-up books that if you're just having a bad day, you can just pick these up and read them. And I can see myself rereading this series, so I kind of want to have them. But now it's going to go on my shelf of shame of unmatched series. That's sad. The next book I picked up, it was kind of just a whim. I haven't heard anything about it. I have seen no reviews on it, but it just sounded really intriguing. And that is Like Water on Stone, and this is by Dana Walrath. I don't know much about this, but it has very high reviews on Goodreads, but from a lot of people who I have never seen the reviews before, so this is obviously not a very well-known book. It's set during the Armenian genocide in 1914. In the Ottoman Empire. That is something that I know absolutely nothing about, but it has good reviews from the people who have reviewed it, so I kind of want to give it a try. I'm trying to broaden my horizons and read more obscure historical fiction about things that I know nothing about, and this is one of them. And it has Karen Hess blurbed on the back, and I love her. She's one of my favorite authors, so that's good. That sounds good. The next book I picked up is Zodiac by Romina Russell. This is a book that I've been seeing on the shelves everywhere, and I pick it up almost every time. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. There's a crab there. That's the Cancer. Oh man, there's symbols everywhere. Okay, anyway, this is a book that I've been picking up every time I go into a bookstore just because of how pretty it is. And it seems very intriguing, but I didn't really know much about it, so I didn't want to buy it full price. This is a sci-fi novel set in the Zodiac galaxy, where I'm assuming there's an issue between the signs. I'm pretty sure it's about a 16-year-old who lives in the House of Cancer, and something strikes the moon, and sci-fi craziness ensues. I like the tagline, beware the 13th sign. I like that. And I kind of like astrology stuff. I like reading about it. It's kind of interesting, so I picked this one up. This next book is a book that I never pictured myself buying, and that is Read Bottom Up, and this is by Neil Shaw and Skye Chatham. This is a book that I actually picked up and started reading in the store. I just happened to have free time, and I sat down and read this. And this book is kind of reminiscent of Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. It's told through emails and like instant message conversations, which are always really fun and easy to read, and I kind of like that new technology aspect that people are starting to add to books. And it was just very enjoyable. It seems like a contemporary adult romance told through emails. And from what I read, it was actually really enjoyable. I got pretty far into it and I wanted to keep going with it, but you know, I don't want to spend $17 to buy this, so I bought it for like $1.99 on Book Outlet. The next book that I got is Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, and this is one of the big series that everybody is talking about right now, so I finally bit the bullet and bought the first one when I saw it on there. I'm really into fantasy right now, so I mean, this may be the perfect time for me to pick it up. Whether I actually want to delve into a huge long fantasy series right now, I have no idea, so I might kind of steadily pick these up as I see them. But I have heard nothing but amazing stuff about this series, so I'm pretty excited to at least have the first one so I can start it when I feel like it. And the last book that I picked up is The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer? I think it's Filer. This is a book that I see everywhere. This has been on the bestseller list for a long, long time, and I really wanted to get my hands on it, so I was really glad to find it on there. I know that this book is a heavy read. Everybody says that it is gripping and stunning and brilliant, but it's also heartbreaking and tragic, which are kind of words that draw me to a book, to be honest, because that if it's gonna make me cry, that means it's good writing. I know that this has to do with mental illness. I believe it touches on schizophrenia, but I know there is an extreme family dynamic in this book that everybody loves. Everyone just sings amazing praises about this book. So I'm really excited to get to it, and I'm really glad that I could pick it up finally. So, woo! And that is everything that I got from Book Outlet. That one was not terrible. It was not one of my bigger hauls, so I feel somewhat okay about it. I'm okay with it. Yep, I'm okay. So that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys have an amazing night, and I hope you guys are reading some amazing books, and I will see you guys next time.